Okay, let me directly start with this one. So you read this. So he has mixed both ideas, no, like very nice problem it is. Huh? A solid sphere of radius r is made up of material. Okay, we do have a solid sphere. Okay, this is a solid sphere. Radius of this, let it be a. In every point of material in sphere, thermal connected K, and every point of material in sphere generates a thermal energy per unit volume. Not like there is one source. Every point is what happens is responsible. They generate the heat. Find the temperature at the center of sphere. Assume metal of sphere acts as a source and also involved in transfer of heat. Let the temperature of surrounding be Ts. That one. That's one sentence is missing. Let the temperature of surface be Ts. Okay, now this much is there. So what we do is like, I'll just proceed in this way. Let me assume a tin shell. Of radius x. So x, let me take it here. So what is like each particular, so what actually happens here now? What all is generated in this sphere of x will be transferred by this material. So K is where everywhere. So what is it? There's a thin shell of thickness how much? Let it be dx. It's asking to calculate the temperature at the center. Okay, we don't know this temperature. Let me call T naught. So how to bring this T naught is what our entire discussion. So now what actually happens here? Even this thin shell also will generate heat and will be transferred. So what is this shell? This shell is involved in generation of heat and also in the transfer of heat. So what it does now, what all heat generated in the shell of, in the sphere of radius x, in the region of radius x will be transferred by it. So let's calculate the power generated in this one. So first, shall we calculate the power generated in thin shell? Please just notice the words here are very important. Power generated in the thin shell. Let me write dP. What is the volume? Alpha is the volume at the rate at which is generated. So what is the volume of this sphere? So you look at the unit for this. What is alpha? It generates a thermal energy per unit volume. So what is alpha? Alpha will be some sort of like this. Alpha will be, unit for this will be joule per cubic meter. If I multiply alpha with volume of thin shell, the shaded this particular thing, thin shell. So what do I get? Alpha into 4 pi x squared dx. Then how much of power is there in a spherical region of radius x? Power in the radius x. So this should be equal to, I'll integrate. Now what should be the limit? 0 to x. Okay, this will become 4 pi alpha x squared dx. Okay, there's a one major part of the problem. Okay, let's come for this one. Let's come to the rod. So what this rod now? What all that power generated will be transferred, and what is the heat current? Heat current is nothing but thermal power. No? This P is what will be transferred by this particular thin shell. Fine. So therefore now the next part of the discussion will be how to bring that heat transferred by the thin shell. It's a thin shell. Okay, no. So let's get into, so what is the next part? This power auto generated will be transferred by the shell. So power thin shell of thickness dx. This should be equal to P equal to minus, what is the surface area of that? 4 pi x square thermal conductivity K surface area and dt by dx. We know temperature gradient. This will be. Okay, let me substitute this value. This equation 1, 2. Put 2 in 1. So this will be 4 pi alpha x cube by 3. 4 pi k x square dt by dx. 4 pi x square will get eliminated. So therefore this will be alpha by 3 x dx. K also will bring it. So only thing you will be left over with minus k dt. What should be the, at x equal to 0, what is the temperature? At x equals 0, the temperature is T naught. And at a radius A, the temperature is Ts. So alpha by 3k x square by 2, 0 to A equal to minus k alpha A square by 6k is equal to why k again here? T naught minus Ts. So what is the temperature? T naught is equal to Ts plus alpha A square by 6k. There's some unique problem. Huh? Just a student, I think very difficult to analyze mathematically. Both the material is involved in generation as well as transmission. That's what this particular question is designed like that. Example, see, you don't, you take piece of charcoal. So what charcoal? Charcoal, what happen? Every point of charcoal will be burning, will be generating heat, and also will be involved in transfer of heat. Nothing big. Fine. Okay, let me scroll down. Read the question. Let me construct that plates. So initially these are the plates, identical plates all, and they're black. So the temperature of them will be TA. This will be TB, and they have going to have the power transmitted. Let it be P naught. Okay, there's a vacuum. Okay, now what is being done? I'm going to introduce two sheets. In order to reduce the heat flow due to radiation, a heat shield consisting of two thin black plates, thermally isolated from each other, is introduced between them. Okay, two black plates. Huh? Let me bring brown plates. Okay, now same thing. Diagram. Okay, two plates are brought here. So just try to see this one. Okay, we'll erase this part. Still TA greater than TB. Okay, now what will happen is like I'm going to introduce two black plates. Again, they are thin. I'll make it this small. Okay, I think you are able to see complete question as well as the explanation what I'm going to put. Okay, these are the black sheets that were introduced. Temperature of this be T1, T2, and TA greater than TB. Same vacuum is there still. So what happens to the power flow between them? That's what the question that is asked. After some time, stationary conditions are obtained. By what factor eta is the stationary heat flow reduced due to the presence of heat shield? So what are heat shields? These are heat shields. Now it will be given black coating. I need not to show all. I think it's understood. How to manage this one now. So let's first write expression for P naught, looking at the first diagram. P naught is equal to, according to Stephen's law, sigma A temperature TA to the power of 4 minus sigma A TB to the power of 4. Since TA greater than TB, so what this surface, it will be, let A be the area of cross section. So what is capital A? Area of cross section of plates. Okay, no, let's get into the discussion now here. What is this equation, sir? We are not understanding. Okay, this surface is there. It will have emission as well as absorption. What is emission? Power emitted, sigma A, TA to the power of 4. What is absorption? Sigma A, TB to the power of 4. Same thing with this also. Since TA greater than TB, the emission will be greater than absorption. For your understanding, I'm just giving it in this way. So I think we used to indicate colors like this, no? Emission as well as absorption. You can show more lines for emission because TA greater than TB. I'll shade this. So this is the absorption and this is the emission. Agreed? PE, PA. This is the Stephen's law. Okay, this is the initial part. This is for the initial before introducing sheets. What all this discussion before heat shields now after introduction of heat shields. After heat shields are introduced, what will happen to the power? Okay, I'm directly. So what happened? This shields also happen. They'll be at certain temperature. So what they do, they'll also the same situation. They'll be emitting. Okay, let me call this as P1, P1, and this will also emit PA. Even this will also emit. Show it all. Okay, there's emission. So now what this shield 1 will do? So it is emitting. What is the power emitted by it? P1, P1 and P1. It will absorb power. It will absorb the radiation emitted by the plate 2 and the plate A because this will be incident on it. Okay, let me not show green color or if you are interested, it has to be shown like this here. This green colors are what it's. The radiation emitted by this will be absorbed by this. The radiation emitted by this will be absorbed this. Since we had a practice of writing, no, this one. So here I'll bring it here. Let me change the problem little bit so that it'll be easy for you. Okay, agree this one now. So now what is it? They are in equilibrium. It's all. So in equilibrium, what will happen? It will be emitting from two surfaces. It's a plate, not a wire. Huh? It's a plate. They are each shell. It's a plate. And at the same time, it will be absorbing the radiation emitted by the plate A and plate 2. So at equilibrium, what we can write for plate 1, for each shield 1, after each shields are introduced, thermal equilibrium of each shield 1. No. Power. So what do you mean by that? Power emitted, total power emitted is equal to total power absorbed. What all it will emit? It will emit power 2P1, shall we write? And what all the power emitted by the sheet 2 and sheet A will be absorbed. Total power absorbed. So how much it is? Power emitted by the sheet A and the power emitted by the sheet 2. I think no need to write further explanation. Directly I'm writing equation. So what is PA? Why you are writing power absorbed? What all power emitted by sheet A will be incident on sheet 1? What all power emitted by sheet will be incident on sheet 1? Okay, let's write Stefan's law. So this one, what is P1? Sigma A T1 to the power of 4. They are black, no? Okay, I need not to go for emissivity. So sigma A TA to the power of 4, sigma A T2 to the power of 4. So this will be 2 T1 to the power of 4. Similarly, for thermal equilibrium of heat shield 2 will discuss. Just some observation, if you make it, you can crack such numericals. Only thing is, what is the biggest problem? You want to solve within 2 minutes. First time, not possible. First time when you are learning, no, you have to put effort, you have to analyze, you have to think. No, total power emitted by it. Again, it will be 2P2 is equal to P1 plus PB. What all it will emit power. Then what is the power absorbed? The power emitted by the sheet 1 and the sheet B is what will be incident on the sheet 2 and that will be absorbed. Okay, let's write sigma A T to the power of 4. Okay, this will be P1. Uh, P1 will be sigma A T1 to the power of 4, sigma A equation 1 and 2. Solving, we know TA and TB temperatures that are given. Okay, TLH, TA is, I think the symbols, I'll change it. We took it like this, no? TA. Okay, let me carry on with their symbols. Okay, I got this much here. But what is the question? Is asking after sometimes stationary conditions obtained, by what factor eta is the stationary heat flow reduced due to the presence of it? What do you mean by heat flow? What is the next part of the problem? I think the question is not yet over. So what was earlier? Earlier the flow was P naught, no? Now what is the flow? PA minus P1 is the flow. Or P1 minus P2 or P2 minus PB. What will be that one? So I'll get into the discussion like this. So this is P now. So first I think we have to solve and we should get expression for the T1 and T2 in terms of what? If I can get T1 also, no problem. Anybody T1? Solving 192. T1 and T2. Okay, T1 will be T2TA to the power of 4 plus TB to the power of 4 by 3. Okay, let it be after solving 192. I'll end up this one. So call equation 3. Okay, now I know T1 and I know TA. So what is the resultant power that is flowing between the sheet A and the shield? Or see, there's nothing wrong. Please do think like this. Huh? Because as a student, you feel different powers is flowing. The same uniform power will flow. Okay, what is P? You can write PA minus P1. So do we know PA? Yes. Do we know P1? This is the next part of the problem. Okay, PA will be sigma A sigma A T1 to the power of 4. Solving this, we'll get expression for P. I do remember it's a very famous problem, no? Yeah. Okay, what was earlier P naught? Sigma A TA TB4. So let me compare P and P naught. So TA to the power sigma A TA to the power of 4 minus sigma A TB to the power of 4. What can be replaced here? Okay, this let me call equation 5. 4. Okay, let me call this equation X. So put 4 in X. Put X in 4. So therefore, how much will get? P naught by 3. So he's telling it will in fact reduce by eta times. So what is eta? 3. This is our answer. Just based on Stephen's law, questions will be like this. Huh? Both the surface, y2 is something very important, y2. Both the surface. Sir, why not here? Yes, it will be radiating, but since we are interested the radiation that is flowing towards right for the plate A and the radiation for the plate B that is moving towards left. In fact, we'll give also this one. We are not bothered that part, no? This power P naught is what I should write here. This radiation minus this radiation. I'll scroll down. One more good problem is there. Yeah. It's based on Newton's laws of cooling. Read once. We know all the formulas. Only thing we should understand the question clearly here. I'll help you with the diagrams also. You need to bother. Can you hear me? Are you able to see the screen? No, not there, no. Oh. I'll get the screen here. I think now you're able to see the screen.
Yes, sir.
What always saved it? Okay, yeah, we are here. Why this is so slow? Okay, we are here, no? Yeah, read the question. I'll make it a little bit small so that I'll get a space to write. Let me save it. Yeah, fine. I'll read the question. We have an electric heater. Just for our convenient purpose, I'm drawing this diagram so that it'll be easy for us to understand the question. There's only purpose. Okay, there's a container. So initially this is you if you are able to imagine, okay, fine. So there's a heater coil is there. That heater, let me write it here. This is a heater. Now how that will get heated up? Okay, let's not bother. So what is the power of that heater coil? 20 watt. It will supply a constant power, the heater, and it will supply power to the ball. In a room. So what is a room? There's a room. In a room at 20 degrees Celsius. So what is the temperature of the room? Room is 20 degrees Celsius. At T equals 0, there's a situation is what I'm showing. So what is the temperature of ball? Should be 20 degrees Celsius. No doubt. Okay, I'll switch on the heater. Is heated by means of 20 watt heater. Mass of ball is 1 kg. The temperature of ball becomes steady at 50 degrees Celsius. Temperature of room will be fixed. Temperature of room will be fixed. I have to write it inside. There's a room, no? It's inside that one. So the same heater coil. This is imagination. If you are able to do, well, nice. It's good. Actually, if you can imagine like this, no, it'll be very easy for you to write expressions. That's why I just took help of the diagram. What is the temperature of room? Room temperature will be same as it is. The heater will supply heat to the ball, no? So then what is telling? It will attain temperature of how much? 50 degrees Celsius. This is a room. At some time, we are not bothered at some time. Now, what actually happens here? If telling the temperature of ball becomes steady at 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, till now, let it be that one. So now steady. Steady means here what happen? It will be emitting. And also will be absorbing. No? I think this is one basic property of any body. No? Okay, agree this. The arrows, look at that arrows, emission as well as absorption. Okay, let's go for Newton's laws of 20. So what all heat supplied by the heater coil? With that heat, what happened? The temperature of the ball will attain 50 degrees. Now it's a steady state, means temperature of that will be 50. What it does, what all heat supplied by the heater coil, or what all the power supplied by the heater coil, that it will give out. So how it will give out? It will it will be emitting and also be absorbing. But the resultant radiation, how much it should be, the resultant power radiated should be how much? 20 watt only. I mean, then only temperature can be constant. Able to get this particular point. The ball, what will happen? Will be emission, will be emitting and also absorbing. Will be giving out energy and also absorbing. But the resultant should be equal to how much? 20 joules per second. So that's what happens here. So now, so what we can write here? What all heat supplied by the heater to the ball? What it will do? A part of energy it will emit. It will emit and also it will absorption. So shall we go for Newton's laws of heating? Power supplied by the heater should be equal to net power radiated by the ball. What do you mean by net power radiated? How you write? We don't know that K, no? What is that K? Mass, specific heat, emissivity, all things will come into picture. We don't know that. That should be equal to temperature difference. Temperature of the ball is how much? 50 minus 20. That of surroundings. This room will become surrounding. So with this, I'll get the value of K. So K will be definitely 2 by 3. Keep it. This is going to help us a lot. Later on, okay, later on, let me color it, then I'll post it. Huh? Okay, okay, what is the value of K? This one, sir, it is cooling. No, it is getting heated up. No, so Newton's laws of heating is what I applied it. Okay, let's get into the discussion of find the rate of loss of heat to the surrounding when the ball is at 50 degrees Celsius. Tell me what you should do. What it does, rate of loss of heat. What all the heat supplied by the heater coil is what that will be given by the ball to the surroundings. No? The resultant. Okay, the net heat radiated by the ball is nothing but equal to the net heat received by the heater coil. So therefore, now shall we put for what is the first one? So this is what our discussion. Huh? Now we are entering into the problem. There's the initial heater is switched off. Heater is switched on. Okay, now we'll get into the numerical part. Okay, now what shall I write here now? 20 watt only. What should be the answer for the first part? Find the rate of loss of heat to the surroundings. What all the power? The power supplied by the heater is what? The power lost by the ball to the surrounding. But sir, it should have been more. No, the net power. Power loss means it will emit and it will absorb. How much of lost? Emission minus absorption. The resultant what lost, no? So therefore, power lost by the ball at 50 degrees Celsius is equal to power supplied by the heater. So therefore, what should be this answer? 20 watt only. You no need of any calculation. Okay, no, so there's a one part. Okay, next, let's come for the second part. Once again, assuming Newton's laws of cooling to be valid, calculate the rate of loss of heat to the surrounding when the temperature of the ball is 30. Okay, now there's a very good condition he has brought it. So here I think arrows I'm shown. So when it is at 30, temperature of this is, what will happen? It will be emitting what to write here? Power lost, no? So this will be power lost, the second part of the problem. Power lost when it is at 30 degrees Celsius or dq by dt. So if you're getting a dq by dt, power lost when the temperature ball is 30 degrees. So what should be the that one? K, temperature of the ball 30, surrounding temperature 20 degrees. What is the value of K? 2 by 3 into 10. So 20 by 3 watt. So this will be 6.67 watt. So this much of power at 30 degrees, it will lose this much of power. Okay, fine. Now, assuming that the temperature of the ball rises uniformly from 20 to 30 degrees Celsius in 5 minutes, find the total loss of heat to the surrounding in this period. From 20, it will become 30 degrees uniformly. What is the mean temperature? From 20 will become 30, no? So what is the mean value of that? Again go for Newton's law. So this is what the average temperature like that here. So power lost, average, okay, the third part of the problem. Average power lost this should be equal to, what is the mean temperature? 30 plus 20 by 2 minus 20. Initial temperature was 20. K value 2 by 3. So 25 minus 2. This will be 5, 5 to 10, 10 by 3. So if this is the 10 by 3, so heat radiated is telling. So how many in 5 minutes? So what shall we do? So the total heat radiated Q is equal to, so power into, okay, this P lost average into time. So 10 by 3. Now what is the time? Delta T. 6 into, how much it is? 5, no? 5 into 60 seconds. Because it's there in power will be in watt, no? Joule per second. So it should be expressed in minutes, seconds here. So this should be equal to, anybody value?
1000.
3 1 ja 3 2, okay, 1000. Yeah, 1000 joules will be lost. Find the specific heat of a body. Then what you can write? Okay, this heat radiated in 5 minutes. How much of heat is given by the heater coil? This is not our answer. Okay, we'll do one thing. Okay, I'm something. Okay, find the total loss of heat to the surroundings in this period. Okay. I think. Okay, this will be our answer, and I think fine. I think total, no, that is after the last one. Find the specific heat capacity of the metal. How much of it is given by the heater coil? In 5 minutes, we have for 5 minutes we have we know lost power, no? So total Q net should be equal to ms delta T, and we know change in temperature also, the fourth part. So heat supplied by the heater coil. So how much it is? 20 into 5 minutes, or power supplied by heater coil, I'll write it, into delta T minus the total heat radiated Q ms delta T. And we know delta T, what is the change in temperature? In that 5 minutes, it will change from 30 to 20 degrees Celsius. The fourth part, let me write it here. Where is this 10 by 3? It is here. So power supplied by the heater coil will be 20 into, this is 5 into 60. This will be 1000. Mass specific heat 10. I'll write all the values so that will be easy for you. Mass of the body given. Okay, this part, okay. $500 joule per kg per Kelvin. Newton laws of heating. Cooling is what we know. So some problems can be like this. Only thing is student has to fight with the situation very clearly. Okay, let me have some brief one more. I'll take only 5 minutes. No, it can also will have a body. There's a body placed. This will have a specific heat test. Sun's radiation will be incident. You can relate things with this one also. We know the solar constant of sun, solar constant, so sigma s, we know it. So there's a cubical one. So we know area of cross section, what will be that? Huh? That is. So now the surrounding temperature is how much? Let it be T naught. Now what actually happens here? The temperature of the body, let it be T. Tell me how you write equations here. The total power radiated by the body should be equal to power emitted minus net power absorbed. So what is power emitted? Sigma E emissivity E, area of cross section, temperature T to power of 4. Power absorbed will be both the intensity of sun's radiation. Okay, let me write I naught. What is I naught? Intensity of this one, sun's radiation. So this is the radiation, sunlight. This is the body. So what all power absorbed? Power absorbed will be according to Stephen's law, sigma sigma absorptivity A T naught to the power of 4 plus intensity of sun's radiation. Intensity into area on which the on a surface which is in incident. Let A be the area of the body which is exposed to the sunlight. Let's take this one. So this should be equal to what you can write, dq by dt. This one, so further ms dt. What is E and A? E and A are emissivity and absorptivity. Practically what happened, will make them to be equal. So I can write it as to be equal to E only. So now you can calculate the temperature of this body. Like how we had like Newton's laws of cooling, no, it can be like this. So Newton's laws of cooling, what happened, we didn't bother sunlight incident. It was just like only the body and this one. If any radiation is incident, no, then it has to be taken like this. What is the area of cross section of the body? Surface area of a body, you write it. If it is at equilibrium, what do you mean by that? If it is at equilibrium, this P will be 0. So what all it emits, what should be equal to this one. So can we calculate the temperature of the body? If the temperature of body remains constant, means you are going to write this is equal to 0. Then you are going to get the temperature of the body. So just equate this, you'll get the temperature of the body. So at equilibrium. At thermal equilibrium, dt by dt will be 0. So therefore, P will be 0. So in that case, P equal to PA. So E sigma A T to power of 4 should be equal to. So solving this, we'll get the. So this will be T naught to the power of 4 by I naught by E sigma. A will get eliminated, no? So this is the expression for the temperature of the body. Now you do have wide varieties of questions, so be careful here. Solar constant, this intensity of sun's radiation is only called as solar constant. The book, they are given specific symbol. I'm directly calling, let it be I naught. Okay, able to make it out? These are the different methods are there. Okay, I think your other teachers are waiting. Okay, we'll stop the class here. Okay, thank you, all of you.
Thank you, sir.